Picture this. You come home from a long day of school or work, or maybe you're just getting up. You boot up your favorite game, and as you're about to queue ranked, you stop. What if I lose my game? What if I derank? What if I make my teammates upset? Now you don't feel like playing anymore. I'm sure many of us have experienced this feeling before, myself included. Ranked anxiety is a common feeling that many people experience when playing online competitive games. There's so many factors that lead us to feel this way, but there are ways to combat it and eventually minimize it. So, what is anxiety? Anxiety is a very complex emotion that isn't necessarily easy to describe, but the best way I would put it is that it's a worry for the future. You don't know whether your teammates are going to be good or not, so you could potentially lose the game. Or maybe you'll have toxic teammates who will get mad at you for playing poorly. Or maybe there'll be a smurf on the enemy team who is just going to dominate you entirely. All these factors are what lead to the feeling of anxiety, and unfortunately, this typically hinders our ability to improve because we're not actually playing the game. But luckily for you, there are some solutions that can maybe help minimize the feeling and eventually one day lead to a state where you don't have to worry about it at all. Now, the easiest solution is if you are able to play with somebody, such as a friend or somebody you just get along with very well, I would really recommend you do that. Just having somebody that you can goof off and keep the mood light, because it then takes your mind away from all the what ifs and maybes, and now you're just playing to have fun. Now, for some of us, this isn't possible. Either maybe our game doesn't allow us to duo, or maybe we don't have people who we get along with so much online. What can we do? Another thing that you can do, if your game requires it, warming up is an absolute must, physically and mentally. So doing things such as your aim training or combo practices if you're playing a fighting game, and just getting yourself mentally prepared to play online will greatly help, because when you do that, you feel more confident in your ability and you feel like you have a lot more control because you are prepared for the game ahead. Now, another thing that you can do, which I really recommend people do, is also just look at some of your own clips and highlights. A lot of the time we get so focused on the fact that, we want to be here, we want to be somewhere else instead of where we are, that we forget the amount of progress and the amount of effort that we've already been through. Having a look at some of your own clutch moments and hyping yourself up will really help you feel a lot better, because you'll begin to realize just how much you've improved since you started playing. And for those of you who may be brand new to a game, remember that improvement isn't something that's instantaneous, but a process. Now, the one solution that I believe is the best method, but is also the one that takes the most time to implement, will be to completely change your mindset. Most of the time when we get ranked anxiety, it's because we fear of losing a rank or not appearing to be as good as we are, or we fear the idea of failure. But you see, when you change your mindset, instead of I want to be X rank to I want to improve and play at an X rank level, it'll make playing games feel a lot better, because now instead of worrying about losing, your brain will understand that losses are good because you can't learn without losing. You need to fail in order to succeed. Mindset shifts from gaining points and gaining ranks to improving as a player. You'll have a much easier time queuing because your focus will be on how can I get better. And you'll be able to separate your rank from being associated with your own self-worth. Now, ranked anxiety is a topic that is incredibly broad, and I'm sure we could talk about it forever. I'm hoping that these general tips from my personal experiences can assist somebody else and help them start their ranked journey. If you have any advice for anybody, leave it in the comments. There are so many people who struggle from this issue, and we need to work together to help each other be able to enjoy ranked and progress together. If you enjoyed this video and the content that I make, liking and subscribing will be greatly appreciated. And if you didn't like it, leave a dislike so I know what not to make. And if you have nothing to say, just leaving even a small comment just to help me with the algorithm will be greatly appreciated. Thanks again for watching.